Now, can you check it out? Guys, can you check it out now?
Yes, sir. It's recording.
Good. So tell me,
Yes, sir.
can any one of you please explain the third concept, third one? Given two postulates.
Sir, I think the undefined term here is C, which is between the which is between A and B.
Okay. Yes. Okay. What would you write? So what reason would you write over here? Tell me, guys. Make it fast. We have done yesterday. See, this is a point A and this is a point B, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So what is saying? Given any two distinct points A and B, there exists a third point C which is in between A and B. So does it true?
Sir, it can be on the line, it can be
Off the line.
outside the line.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
he is talking about any two distinct points A and B. There exists a third point which is in between A and B. So it can be on. So look at this here. There can be infinite many points between A and B. So whatever the postulate has been given over here, so which is undefined. So what is that undefined term over here now? What is undefined term? Tell me.
Sir, in between, I guess.
Which is in
And B, there can be infinitely many points between A and B. Clear? Yes. So we have done with the first one. So second
So, like,
one is
sir,
over.
can you tell what's the
Can you
undefined term
again
here?
repeat?
Tell me.
So can you repeat?
Like, what's the undefined term here, sir?
See, he has given any two distinct points A and B. There exists the point C, which is lie in between A and B. Is saying. So does it true? Only C point cannot be lie in between A and B. There are infinitely many points can lie over there, isn't it?
Sir, but is it compulsory that point C should lie on the
It's
line?
not compulsory,
Can't it
man. It's
line?
not compulsory. The question has been given like that. The question in the question they have given that the point C is lying in between A and B. So it doesn't mean that C point supposed to be lie between A and B. It's not must and should. It's not unnecessary. Getting my point? So the question.
Sir, in the statement 2 they have given, they do not lie on the same line.
Yes, that is different, man. That is different. I'm talking about first one. So look at the second one now. There exist at least 3 points that are not on the same line. Tell me.
Sir, they are infinity, no, sir.
Yes. Getting my point?
So the undefined part is like instead of third point, we have to write infinite points.
See, these two postulates, whatever the postulates has been given, yes, these two postulates contain undefined terms. What are the undefined terms here? There are many points that can lie in between. There are many points can lie between 2 points, which is in plane. All right. So, but in the postulates given here, the position of point C is not given, and as of whether it lies on the point A and B and line segment joining AB over here. Getting my point? So here point C is not giving any fixed position of C here. The position of C could be anywhere. It could be just next to the A, it could be next to the B, it could be left hand side of A, right hand side of A, it could be left hand side of B, it could be anywhere. He did not mention any kind of fixed point over here. Getting my point? Understanding, children? It could be anywhere. So what is undefined term over here? No, he is not given a fixed point over here. It could be anywhere. Getting my point? And one more undefined time is what? Whether these 2 points in the same plane or not. He did not mention whether these 2 points are in the same plane or not. If these 2 points are lying in the same plane, then that would have been correct. So he's not mentioning any kind of info that whether these 2 points are lying in the same plane or not. And he's also not mentioning that whether C is next to the A or next to the B. He's not given a fixed distance. He's not mentioned a fixed position of point C. So that is what undefined term over here. You cannot write more than this. You can write in your own language basically. But the only thing The only motto is to understand the concept behind this. Clear? Understood, guys?
Where in the question they just told that there are points A and B, but there's no line running through them, right?
Yes, you can join those 2 points, isn't it? You can join to those 2 points.
Yes, sir. So basically, C can be anywhere, right?
Anywhere, that's what I'm telling you. It could be anywhere. Getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. So it could be anywhere, and it also cannot lie between A and B. Look at this. If I draw A and B, this is my A, this is me. Point could be C here. There need not to be a line over there. If we have a line over there, there could be infinitely many there could be infinitely many points. If we are not having a line between A and B, also it is a possible that C could be anywhere like this. Getting my point? So simple concept, guys. E is not given a fixed point of C. C could lie anywhere. So the given postulate is true, but it has some undefined term. What is that? The position of C, the fixed point, the position of C has not been given. So that is the undefined term over here. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So what do they follow? Do they follow postulates? They are not following postulates.
No, sir.
They are following axioms. Axioms of Euclid's. What is that? So they are not following postulates here. If they follow postulate, it would have been correct statement. Getting my
Yeah, but
point?
they are about geometry, right? So like
Sorry?
they are about geometry, right?
Yeah, about
So, like-
geometry. Even axioms also about geometry only, right? Axioms also about geometry only, right? Isn't it? If A is equal to B, B is equal to C, then I say A is equal to B and B is equal to C.
Yes, sir.
Of course, yes, right. So I
Then
explained
what's
you
the
by,
difference between axioms and postulate?
in starting class, I explained you. In starting class. For
Yes, in starting class, I thought
axioms means the general statements. Postulate means it's a kind of universal truth, I would say. Postulate means what? Kind of universal truth, which can be considered by using common sense. Shreyan, are you doing yoga or what? Tell me. Do you want to sleep?
sir.
Huh? నీకు నిద్ర వస్తుందారా? Huh?
Sir, listening, just keeping answering.
మరి యోగా చేస్తున్నావు ఎందుకు నువ్వు క్లాస్ లో?
Yes.
Huh? Chalo. We have done with the second question now. Second one is a homework. Chalo. Next. Shall we go for the fourth one? Huh. You
yes,
might,
sir.
yeah. See, we'll solve fourth
Sir,
one.
I have one doubt.
You might
The
understand.
second one,
Sir, can a terminator like can be produced indefinitely?
Sorry.
Sir, can a terminator line can be produced indefinitely?
See here, what is the difference between line and line segment? Tell me. This is my line. Try to understand here. This is my line. This is my line segment. So what I'm trying to say is, a line segment will be having a fixed endpoints. A line can be extended indefinitely on both sides. Since it is going towards right hand side and also it is going towards left hand side. So there is no limit to stop a line. It could goes and goes. It goes on. It goes on. Clear? Now, so look at the line segment. It has endpoints. This is a line segment. If I talk about terminated line segment means this is a terminated line segment which has a fixed ending. Getting my point? Understood? So there is a small difference, very small difference between a line segment and a terminated line and non-terminated line and a line. Try to understand. Line means it could go, we can extend on both sides. Line segment will be having a fixed ends on both sides. Getting my point? Line segment will be having a both fixed ends on both sides. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
As per the Euclid's postulate 2, we can say that terminated line AB with two definite and fixed endpoints AB. All right. So it can be extended to the left hand side of A indefinitely, and it can be extended to the right hand side of B indefinitely. So what is the difference between line and line segment? A line is extended on both directions, but line segment has
And
two
two fixed points. It's
Very
a line
simple.
between two fixed
Yes.
points.
So now we'll discuss. So we will not waste. We won't be wasting much time on this simple concept. So look at the fourth one now. We'll discuss the fourth one.
Sir, can you explain the third one, second one? Third question, second bit. I had doubt in that.
What is your doubt?
The third question, second bit, sir.
What is your doubt? Tell me.
It is, sir. I cannot understand what is the undefined here. I mean, like there can be more. There can be less than 3 points also, right? That is.
There
I'm just-
exists at least 3 points that are not. See, it is there. I'm not. That is not a true statement, man. Try to understand. That is what I'm telling you. It is not a true statement. That is what he's saying. That do we have any undefined terms over there? Yes, we have that. What is that? So he's saying that there exists at least 3 points that are not on the same line. There exist at least 3 points that are not on the same line. What is the meaning of that?
it means that 3 points. There are at least 3 points that do not lie on the same line. Yeah. On A and B.
Look at this here. Yes. So if I talk about like this, if A, or a 1 second here. This is point A, this is point B. If I say line segment, so according to the second statement, C will be lying here. So there exist at least 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. 3 points that are not on the same line. Is it possible? Is it possible, man?
So we can just draw the points above or below the lines, right? A and
Yes.
B.
Yes. Of course, you can just draw the line.
Then it
See,
should be at
according
least-
to the Euclid's postulate, you see here, if line C is here and point C is here, what it is going to be? What exactly the Euclid's postulate says to us? There can be infinitely, you know, what Euclid's postulate says to us? If you have 2 points, there is only one possible line can be drawn between these 2 points. I mean, through these 2 points. We cannot draw this line, we cannot draw this line, we cannot draw this line, we cannot draw this line. There is, if we have 2 points like this, there is only one possibility of drawing a line through these 2 points. There is not possibility of drawing many lines like this. Getting my point? That is what Euclid's postulate says to us. Getting my point?
Yes,
But
sir.
now, but look at the second statement. There exists at least 3 points. At least 3 points. That is a question. I'm not talking about these are not standard result, guys. I'm not talking about standard result. This is the question whether it's a true or not. That is what we need to find it out exactly. Understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
So what did you understand from this?
There can be even one is enough.
So are these postulates consistent? Yes, these postulates are consistent when we deal with these 2 situations. Getting my point? Now, do they follow Euclid's postulates? No, they don't follow Euclid's postulates. Of course, they don't follow. As per the Euclid's postulate, what exactly Euclid's postulate says to us?
Between
There
2
can
points, there's only single line.
Yes. There can be infinitely many points between 2 points. Why? Because
No, sir. Only single line can be between 2 points.
only single line can be drawn, but infinitely many points will be there. No,
Yes, sir.
that is true. That is true. But look at the both statements. Whether these 2 statements will follow the Euclid's postulates? Of course, no. They don't follow Euclid's postulates. They only follow axioms. See here, if I have point, look at this here. According to the C statement, according to the second statement, if I have point B here, point C here, right? According to the second statement, look at this here. If I have point A, point B here, point C here. All right. Now, if and only if I can say A, B, C are equal, if and only if the distance between these 2 points, distance between these all points are equal. Getting my point? Yes or no? So now can I say if this distance between A and B and C are
Sir,
equal,
if-
then can I say AB is equal to BC is equal to CA?
Excuse
Can
me,
I
sir.
say? Yes.
Sir, if C does not lie on AB, on line segment AB,
Mhm.
then I think it is satisfying Euclid's postulate, right? And
How?
so that on a line there between one line, between 2 points, there is a single line.
Mhm.
So it's satisfying Euclid's postulate.
It is possible, it is satisfied, but the condition is what? There exists at least 2 points. There exists at least 3 points. He's saying there is at least 3 points. Is it true? Is there any possibility of is there any possibility of drawing only? Is there any possibility of plotting only 3 points between two line? On
Yes.
line?
Yes.
Isn't
No,
it? There exists at least 3 points that are not on the same line. So that are not,
Yes.
look at this here,
Yes, sir.
not on the same line. They, on the same line we can draw infinite many points. We can draw infinitely many points over here. That is one condition. What is saying? There exist at least 3 points that are not on the same line. Look at this here. If I draw 1 point here, if I draw 1 point B here, we have here A, we have here C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K,
Got
L.
it, sir, got it.
Now, does it follow postulate?
No, sir.
Isn't it? So it is not following. So what exactly we understood from this? Yes, these are postulate. Yes, these postulates consistent when we are following a postulate, but we are not following postulate here. So what I understood from this, we have undefined terms. So these are consistent if they follow postulate, but these two statements are not following Euclid's postulate. So that is what we concluded from this question. Getting my point? Very simple. You guys go through the question, Euclid's postulates, and solve the question. You might understand clearly. Any doubt, guys? Tell me now.
No, sir.
no doubts.
And there is also not given that. See, if I draw 3 points in different lines, in different planes, and I mean, and different. See here, if I draw A here, B here, and if I draw C here, he is not mentioned that whether A and B are in same plane or not, and whether ABC are in same plane or not. He is not mentioned anything over there. He didn't mention anything, right? So let me take this plane. Let me take this plane. It could be A could be here, B could be here, and C could be these 3 different planes. He did not mention that ABC are in same plane. He did not mention that whether ABC are in different planes or not. He didn't mention anything. Simply
Yes, sir.
given a statement. We have to check by using postulates whether it's true or not. Of course, it is not following a postulate. Getting my
Okay,
point?
sir. Yes, sir.
So look at this now. Let me draw. Let me solve fourth one now. Fourth question is a beautiful question. Look at this here. If point C lies between 2 points, already we have solved this, I guess.
Yes.
Point C lies between 2 points. Look at this. Let me take A point. Let me take this is B point. If point C lies here, these 3 points I have. Clear? Such that AC is equal to BC. Yes, we have drawn that. Then prove that AC is equal to half of AB. Already we have solved this, man. So how can I
But-
prove this?
Can
Adding.
you explain again?
Sorry?
Must you explain again, sir?
Sorry?
Must you explain this again?
Yes. Look at this. The question is if point C lies between 2 points A and B. Here I have taken 2 points which are A and B, and I'm just making sure that C is lying between A and B as per the question demands, and such that here AC is equal to BC, isn't it? Such that AC is equal to BC, and prove that AC is equal to AC is equal to half of AB. This is what we have to prove. So now how can I prove this now? How can I prove this? Tell me. This is
So by
what we-
adding, sir. By adding
Yes.
AC plus BC.
Yes, as per the axioms, I can adding AC on both sides. So AC AC plus AC is equal BC plus AC. So 2 times of AC is equal. And here, look at this here clearly.
So we need to add
Sir,
it
instead of
to.
writing BC plus AC, then we directly write AB, like AC
Yes,
plus
sir.
AC is equal to AB.
Look at this here. So BC plus AC. So here 2 times of AC I wrote. Now BC plus AC I'm writing. So AC is equal to, here BC plus AC means what?
AB.
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 AB. So 2 times of, so AC is equal to what? If I shift to this
Half
side, what
AB.
will become?
Half of
1 by
AB.
2.
Hence
Got
proved.
it, sir.
Very simple. Very simple. Hence proved. See, we love writing hence proved. Even we are not getting the answer, we write hence proved in the last of the question. So that
Yes,
Solve
sir.
will give the mark. Don't write like that, man. If you are getting the answer, then only you must write. Even though you are not getting the answer, if you write hence proved, what will happen?
Teacher will see hence prove and give marks.
Yes, you will get this one. You will get 0. Clear? Understood? Shall we go for the next one now? In the question 4, point C called midpoint of line segment AB. We have solved this question as well. In the question 4, point C called a midpoint of line segment AB. Prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. How can you prove this? Tell me. Let me prove this. Let us prove this. Look at this, everyone. So let me draw point A here and point B here. And see here, he's saying that prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. So let me take any 2 midpoints here. Let me take S and T are 2 different midpoints. Now here S and T are midpoints of AB or not? Tell me.
No, sir. There is only one midpoint.
There is only one midpoint. I'm taking C as S comma T. Okay, C is a midpoint and C I'm taking as S and T points. All right, there is one midpoint. Very good. So let me show that. Therefore, can I write now AS is equal to SB, and can I write now AT is equal to TB?
No,
If
sir.
I say S is a midpoint, then this is a condition. If I say T is a midpoint, then this is a condition which follows. Isn't it? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If I say S is a midpoint, then this will be following. If I say T is a midpoint, then it will be following. So now, what is the question given? We have to prove that there is only one and only one midpoint. Now, shall I write now? TB TBSB. Let me write BS plus AS.
Yes.
BS plus AS is equal to AB. Shall I write?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because if I take S as a my midpoint. And also can I write now? Here BS plus AS, right? So can I write now AT plus TB as AB? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Huh. Now, so now let me add any equation, one equation here. So we'll take this one, we'll take this one. Equation 1, equation 2. Okay. I have taken equation 1 and 2. So from equation number 1, add AS on both, add AS or SEA on both sides. So what will I get now? SEA plus SEA is equal to SEA plus SB. Getting my point, children? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Sir, means BS also you took SA. You're adding SA plus SA is equal to SB plus SB.
Tambi, look at this here. I'm just simply adding. See,
Okay.
equation 1 I took. SCA I'm adding on both sides. You can write this as SCA as well. Getting my point? AS add SCA, both are same man. All right. So what I got now? 2 times of
2SA.
2 SCA is equal to SCA plus SB. So SCA plus SB is what here? See here,
Sir,
SCA,
AB, sir. AB.
SCA plus SB,
AB.
AB.
and here
RB.
TA plus TB. TA plus TB. Okay. So SCA plus SB is what? 2 times of SCA is equal to SCA plus SB is AB. Getting my point? So now SCA is equal to what?
Half of AB.
Half of, let it be as it is. From the equation 2, what is equation 2 here? AT is equal, TA is equal to TB, right? TA, I'm adding TA on both sides. So 2 times of TA